Ich wollte leben.
I wanted to live.
Ich wollte
I
nicht
did not want to die.
Es war
It was
leicht zu
easy
sterben.
to die, and it was harder
Es war
to
schwerer
live.
zum Leben.
Maybe that's what kept me going.
Vielleicht hat
I
man
don't
das
know.
überlebt. Ich weiß es nicht.
I was right in the end.
Ich hab doch recht
I have
gehabt.
11 great-grandchildren.
11,
The 11th is on the way.
11 ist unterwegs.
I'm a rich man.
Ich bin ein reicher Mann.
Being here is still a miracle for him. Abba Naor is one of the last survivors of the Shoah. The 93-year-old regularly travels from Israel to Germany to tell his story of how he spent his teenage years in concentration camps. Today he's visiting a World War II memorial in Munich. Born to a Lithuanian Jewish family in 1928, Naor was 13 when the Wehrmacht invaded his hometown. He and his family were sent to the Jewish ghetto there. 3 years later, they were deported to the German concentration camp of Stutthof, close to Gdansk, in what is today Poland.
Wir sind gebracht worden in Stutthof.
When we're brought to
Da waren wir
Stutthof,
noch halbnormale
we were
Menschen,
still halfway normal.
gekleidet
We were
mit
dressed in our own
unserer
clothes.
Man lebte
Until then, we lived with our family in the
Familie im
ghetto,
auch
even though we were locked
wir
up.
eingesperrt waren.
But in Stutthof,
Und in Stutthof
we began
haben
to
wir
feel
angefangen
that
zu
we were no
spüren,
longer a family.
Eigentlich, wir sind keine Familie mehr. Mein Vater ist rausgenommen.
My father was taken away.
Ich wusste die
I didn't
Antwort.
even know where he was sent.
Keine Ahnung.
No clue.
Will ich ihn noch mal sehen?
Will I ever see him again?
Keine Ahnung.
No idea.
Das, wenn ich meine
When I
Mutter
saw my
gesehen
mother
habe,
with the little
den kleinen
boy,
Jungen,
they were
da
standing in a
waren
column of
ganz
women
Frauen
and small
und
children. I knew it was the last time I'd see her. That was clear to me.
Das war mir klar.
Naor's mother Hannah and his little brother Berale were deported to Auschwitz and killed in July 1944. At this time, a German woman called Irmgard F was also in Stutthof. She was roughly the same age as Naor and serving as a secretary to the camp's commander. The now 96-year-old woman faces charges of being accessory to murder in more than 11,000 cases. She said she didn't know what went on below her office window. Naor has declined to join the trial as co-plaintiff.
Und ich kann es verstehen.
I can't understand why they're bothering that lady. I don't know what she did and what she didn't do. They wouldn't take us inmates to the office in Stutthof to see how she worked. If she did anything wrong or committed a crime, why did they wait until today?
Warum hat man gewartet bis heute? Märchen kann man mir nicht erzählen.
You can't tell me fairy tales.
Die größten
The
Fische
biggest fish
hat man
will
laufen
let
lassen.
go.
For many survivors and their descendants, this trial is still setting a signal, says lawyer Onur Özata.
Diese Strafverfahren zu fordern.
They're not
ist
demanding
in der
that these
Regel
criminal
nicht,
proceedings
dass man,
as an act of
Rache
revenge.
und natürlich
It's
ist es
also important
für
to
viele
many
Überlebende
survivors to
auch wichtig,
testify.
Zeugnis abzulegen.
That is, to stand in court and tell their
Vor Gericht
story.
zu sein und,
Because what they
ihre
also say
Geschichte
is,
zu erzählen,
we don't
weil
want to be
was
forgotten.
sie auch sagen ist, wir wollen nicht, dass vergessen wird.
Naor has found his own way of healing. He has visited hundreds of schools, telling pupils about what happened to him. He calls it his therapy.
Es ist unsere Pflicht,
It's our duty
diesen Kindern
to keep these kids awake,
irgendwie
to explain what can
zu
happen
erklären,
if you're not
was
careful.
geschehen kann, wenn man nicht aufpasst.
Naor now sees Germany as his second home. He says he might follow the trial, but he will invest his energy in bearing witness.